thousands flocked to streets nationwide in a weekend of women. Dusting off pink knit hats and brandishing colorful signs, marchers gathered Saturday in the shadow of the Capitol's Lincoln Memorial in Midtown Manhattan, and in scores of other venues across the country, not aiming to recreate the record-shattering crowds of the Women's March a year ago this weekend, but vowing to make a mark at the ballot box, seeking to send a message of female empowerment and solidarity in the face of a divisive presidency that began a year ago Saturday. Activists staged protest marches and voter registration drives, with the Number Me Too movement of recent months serving as a dramatic inflection point. A far smaller crowd was expected Saturday in Washington compared with last year, when hundreds of thousands converged after chartering buses and carpooling with strangers, overflowing streets near the planned march route. But even hours before the main event, groups began gathering Saturday under crystal-clear skies, with the monuments of the National Mall as an iconic backdrop. Brazilian drummers warmed up the crowd to cheers. Nearly within shouting distance, President Trump was in Washington, having delayed a planned trip to his Florida resort, Mar-a-Lago, as a government shutdown took hold and lawmakers scrambled to negotiate a compromise. En route to marches by bus and subway, protesters in New York posted exuberant selfies and group portraits on social media. The main gathering began on the outskirts of Central Park, with satellite marches elsewhere in the metropolitan area. Allies also took to social media to show support. "Last year was the reckoning, this year is the battle," tweeted New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. For many, electoral politics are increasingly taking precedence over street activism. There are 390 potential women candidates for the U.S. House, almost double the 202 women running at this time in 2016, according to the Center for American Women in Politics at Rutgers University. Another 49 women candidates are likely running for the Senate, compared with 21 running this time 2 years ago. The majority of these women candidates are running as Democrats. Some organizers said they see the marches as galvanized by concern about a broad range of issues that disproportionately affect women. In New York, Xochitl Sequeira, the campaign director of the advocacy group Moms Rising, cited hot-button topics like immigration, gender-based pay gaps and healthcare. "Before the Women's March, we just didn't have the support of other women in such an open and loud way," she said. "Now we can share our stories and be heard a lot more than before." In Los Angeles, where marchers last year choked a wide swath of downtown, clogging trains and freeways, organizers expressed hopes that 2017's overwhelming turnout had paved the way for a strengthening show of long-term political commitment. "We are hoping that people see the power in yourself and in your vote," said Dina Katz, an Emmy-nominated television producer who was one of the co-organizers of this year's march in downtown Los Angeles. "Whether it's LGBTQ, whether it's religious rights, immigration, everyone needs to make sure their rights are protected." With the entertainment industry having been a ground zero for the Number Me Too reckoning that began in earnest with the toppling of powerful film mogul Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood was well represented at Saturday's LA gathering, with organizers saying actresses Viola Davis, Natalie Portman, Olivia Wilde, Alfre Woodard including those who would take the stage. The downtown Los Angeles march was scheduled to start at 8:30 a.m. at Pershing Square and end in Grant Park. Other Southern California marches were planned in Orange County, Riverside County, Kern County, Bakersfield and Santa Barbara.